The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank was asked in the UPSC Prelims examination many times. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is a multilateral development bank that was established to promote economic and social development in the Asia-Pacific region. The AIIB focuses on financing infrastructure projects and other productive sectors to address the region's growing infrastructure needs. The AIIB was proposed by China and officially launched on October 24, 2014. The bank was established to provide financial support to infrastructure development projects in Asia. The AIIB was proposed by the Chinese leader Xi Jinping to provide developing countries with an alternative to Western lending institutions like World Bank, International Monetary Fund (IMF). It began its operations in January 2016. The AIIB began with 57 founding members, including some of the major economies in Asia and beyond. The notable members include China, India, Russia, Germany, the UK, and several others. Any member state of the World Bank or Asian Development Bank is qualified to join the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. As of 2023, the AIIB has more than 106 member states, including many outside the Asian region. China's leader Xi Jinping first proposed an Asian Infrastructure Bank at an APEC summit in Bali in 2013. Many observers have interpreted the bank as a challenge to international lending bodies such as the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the Asian Development Bank. These institutions had been criticized for providing insufficient infrastructure funding at unfavorable rates and intrusive policy conditions for the borrowing states. The primary objective of the AIIB is to finance infrastructure projects in Asia that contribute to regional development, economic growth, and poverty reduction. The AIIB aims to work in collaboration with existing multilateral development banks such as World Bank and Asian Development Bank to address the infrastructure financing gap. The governance structure of the AIIB includes a Board of Governors, which consists of representatives from member countries. The Board of Governors is responsible for major decisions and policies. The day-to-day operations and decision-making are overseen by a Board of Directors representing the bank's member countries. The President of the AIIB is the Chief Executive Officer and is responsible for the overall management of the bank. The AIIB's initial authorized capital was $100 billion, with paid-in capital contributions from member countries. The AIIB provides loans, guarantees, and equity for infrastructure projects, supporting sectors such as transportation, energy, urban development, and environmental protection. The bank emphasizes environmental friendly and socially responsible infrastructure projects that promote sustainable development. The bank follows principles of transparency and accountability in its operations. In contrast, the AIIB was intended to provide alternative lending to Western-led institutions. In it had some success. Studies after the AIIB launched found that member banks entered into fewer infrastructure projects with the World Bank. China is the largest shareholder in the AIIB, with control over 27% of the bank's voting shares. India is the second largest shareholder with 7.6%. However, approximately half of NATO has signed on and has nearly every large Asian country with the exception of Japan. The result is widely considered an indicator of China's growing international influence at the expense of the United States. Some US officials have questioned the bank's governing standards and its social and environmental safeguard. The bank is headed by a board of governors composed of one governor and one alternative governor appointed by each of the member countries. The AIIB has become a significant player in the development finance landscape. The bank collaborates with other international financial institutions, and the bank's project portfolio includes initiatives such as renewable energy, transportation, water supply, sanitation, and critical infrastructure areas.